What's up, guys? I have just gone live in here. Let me adjust my camera just a little bit, and we'll get this show rolling. So I am here in the bait room as always, and welcome everybody to Tackle Tuesday. And I'm going to get this shared up on Facebook for some guys. I'm glad y'all can join back in with me. It's been a while. I have been working a lot. Matter of fact, I got to go into work here in like 2 hours, so it's going to be fun. What's up, Rick? But I got some cool stuff in that I want to show you guys and kind of explain to you about. I got some new swim baits from Scottsboro Tackle Company. Got some awesome new crankbaits, and I'm going to talk a little bit about, let me turn this other light on. It's going to help us out quite a bit. Oh yeah, that new light on in there. And then I got some, I'm going to talk about the winning baits from Terry Bolton Jr. I've got them here. I've got a new app called Bullseye from Angler I'm going to talk to you guys about. And as always, I've been working with 6 Cents, and we've got a discount code now for guys that want to buy any 6 Cents fishing products. So really excited for you guys. Now you'll be able to save a little bit of money if you want to purchase any 6 Cents lures from their website. And it's not going to be too much longer, and I believe the Baitman box will be ready to roll. Just waiting on Casey on that. And let me get this thing shared up onto Facebook for those guys. Oh man, Billy, I've been really busy, so I hadn't been able to get that code out. But from now on, if you will use, that's right, Brad, Vols #1. From now on, if you'll use the code Baitman on the 6 Cents website, you'll get 10% off your order. So that's you know, that's going to save you a little bit of money, and you know, lets Casey know you guys are watching the show and everything. What's up, Clayton? You doing all right, man? Just give me a second to get my bearings under me. Man, I hope Matt crush him. I think he's in pretty good place.
So you think sitting inside all day watching internet?
Man, Scottsboro Tackle, they got it going on. I'm going to show you these new baits here in just a second. Let me share this live stream up on my Facebook page. For you guys that don't follow me there on Facebook, my page is Kevin the Baitman Baxter. And, you know, I post basically all my social media there sometimes. I do some open-ended questions and stuff like that. I'm going to be updating the website tomorrow. I've got a review on the Vexus 1880 bass boat, and basically Vexus boats in general. I'm also dropping about a 30-minute long Vexus walkthrough video. Look for that stuff sometime around noon. Also be dropping a blog and an article about Terry Bolton Jr. and a little bit more in detail on his winning baits. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it, man. I'm just making me a little Facebook post here. And we're good. So now I'm going to log into YouTube on my laptop so I can read the comments a lot easier. And I'm good there. So pop out the chat. And we are good. Make sure this thing's muted. Mute. Alright, I'm going to catch up on some questions and everything real quick, guys. Let's see. Let's see here. Hey, Jesse, what's going on, girl? Let's see. Clemson #1. Yeah, Clemson was #1 in football. Wish I waited for this code before I dropped almost $300 on their cranks to Tackle Warehouse a while back. Man, I apologize, Charlie. That was something in the works that came through this week, but now you don't have to do that. Anytime you log on to 6 Cents website, I believe it's 6centslures.com. Use the code Baitman, saves you 10% off. So basically $10 for every $100 you spend. Just got to type Baitman in. What's up, Mark? Dude, the curves are really, really good. I have a stack of them. Awesome, Mike. You got an On 'em hat? Man, take a picture of that. Send it to me. I haven't talked to Brandon in a while. I know he's doing some guide trips and stuff like that. Sonar stuff. What's up, Frank? Matthew, did I get my message on Instagram? Man, I haven't checked my Instagram DMs all day. Hey, no problem, Frank. I know you'll like those bad boys. So, here's what I got going on. I'm going to show you guys some new swim baits from Scottsboro Tackle Company. So, I'm going to show you this first. So this is, just for a comparison's sake, and y'all have seen this before. This is the 6-inch. No, Dallas, it actually won't blow out, believe it or not. It's made to kind of track a little bit. Instead of just going perfectly straight, it's made to kind of track and make a little S motion, hence the name curve. It's not going to blow out. You can actually burn it pretty well. So here's the 6-inch Scottsboro line through. So this was really, really popular. It's a line through swim bait. You know, you got the treble hook on the bottom. So everybody was really, really excited about this bait. And my good buddy Tim Evans there at Scottsboro Tackle, he said, you know what? That's super popular. So guess what? I'm going to do a 5-inch version. So now we have a 5-inch version of a line through swim bait. And when you buy these, you get an owner ST41 treble with it. So you're going to have the sharpest hooks in the game to go with some of the best looking swim baits in the game. So now you have a smaller 5-inch version line through. Again, this, you can definitely tell a huge size comparison. So if you're a little worried if, man, that 6-inch is a little big for where I live, you can drop down to this 5-inch version. And I'll stack them so you can see. So the weight in this is like a 1/4 ounce, and this one's almost a half. These actually will sink pretty fast. Slow roll it. These aren't great around grass, I'm just going to be honest with you, but docks, riprap, open water, really love the line through style. It's just a killer deal. And so when a fish bites, obviously he grabs the hook, and the bait slides up your line, which means the fish has got all hook and can't use the bait as leverage. But so this is a color called Dirty Hitch, you know, for you California guys, if we got any in here. And then this is a pretty cool color. I don't know if it's special. It's kind of a play off Old Smoky, and he put some flake and pepper in the background. Brad, that's a good question. I think in current, if it's not too strong, it would be really good. I just don't know if the weight's heavy enough to keep it down there, but it would be really good throwing around the eddies and stuff, especially in some slack water. But if you want to keep something up high, I think it'd be all right. So that's Old Smoky with some glitter in it. Really, really like this one. You know, my clear water guys, that would be nice. Gotta show you all this bluegill. It looks really, really good too. I got so much to. Oh yeah, check this guy out right here. This is a bluegill color, and I do know that if you're going to the East Tennessee Fishing Expo this weekend, that McKee Outdoors will have these Scottsboro tackle swim baits, and he will have these 5-inch line through. So this is the gill color, and this is the normal gill. And I'm not a big bluegill imitator guy, just personally. I know lots of guys love them. What 5-inch swim baits on a jig head would you recommend? I'd recommend these right here. There's 5-inch Scottsboro tackle swim baits for a jig head. Those are great. And then I've got some Ignite swim baits here. I'll show you those here in a minute. But if you're going to the East Tennessee Fishing Show, let me know. I'm going to be there for like 2.5 days, and we'll do a meetup. I'm going to be at the Hog Farmer booth. I'm also going to be Hog Farmer, Bass Attitude Fishing. I'm going to go by Bag 5 Custom Baits. I'll probably run by McKee Outdoors, a couple other places. So let's all meet up. Come see me, and we'll have fun. We'll talk baits, whatever. So I should work off Thursday morning. If I don't have to work, if I work overtime, I'll be there Friday afternoon, and so Friday, Saturday, and I'll be there Sunday. Come home at night. If I don't work overtime, I'll leave Thursday midday, and I'll be there Friday and Saturday. Come home Sunday. So this is another gill color, but I don't know if you can tell in this video. There's actually some purple flake in the background, and you know, I like this one really, really well. This is a sick color. Best all around jigs, man. You're looking at Dirty Jigs Tackle. I like them really well. They've got a lot of good different styles and everything. Everything from a finesse jig to big heavy flipping jigs. Beast Coast Fishing makes great jigs. This is my favorite color in these Scottsboro swim baits. This is Natty Light. It's not as, it's kind of, you can buy a case of Natty Light for what one of these swim bait costs. Trust me, I drank enough of it back in the day. But this is a good example. You can see the line through piece right here. It goes to the nose all the way through the cavity of the swim bait, and that's where your treble hook comes out. You can see that right down there. And that right there is a really good shad imitator. One of my favorite colors from Scottsboro Tackle is this natural light color. If you got a bunch of threadfin shad, gizzard shad, blueback herring, this is a color for you, absolutely. So, but yeah, I can't wait to go to the East Tennessee Fishing Show. I haven't been. I've got some homemade crankbaits I'd like to find there, and hang out with some guys. I'm probably going to hang out with Alex Rudd Fishing. Line through, it's like a piece of lead. It's kind of almost like a ballast. Some guys use brass, but one cool thing about these, for some reason, like if you use an Osprey and they got the lead in them, they turn milky for some reason after a while. Yeah, man, I'm going to check out Sneed Fishing. I've been meaning to talk to those guys for a long time. But so that's new from Scottsboro Tackle. Somebody else asked about a 5-inch swim bait on a jig head. These Ignite swim baits that I showed off a couple weeks ago, these are really good on a jig head. Now this is a solid body versus the Scottsboro is unique. It's got a solid head. It's not quite a hollow belly. It's got a slit in the bottom, and it creates a really unique action. These guys are really good. IgniteBaits.com. These guys will hook you up. Yeah, Brad, I think it's Jawjacker. That's the main reason I want to go. He's got some great homemade crankbaits. So, speaking of homemade crankbaits, I just got some in, and really excited about these. If y'all have ever paid attention up here, Texas rig, yes, 6/0. Catching Concepts crankbaits, they're hard to get, and I just happened to get some more in. And this is, these are made by a guy named Herman Oswald out in California, and made of redwood. And this is a color called, this is Bull Brim, and this is the Little Hermie 0.5. It goes 1 to 4 feet. So this is a pretty small homemade crankbait. I really like this little guy right here. And you can see that's got a really unique color. It's going to imitate a little bitty bluegill. I'm going to like this square bill once it starts heating up. So I'm kind of prepping for spring, getting some new stuff in here. But man, the paint jobs on these are beautiful. It's got a little micarta bill. I do not have any mutts, and I don't know if I'll buy any because they're expensive. Billy, they will get hang up if you slow roll on the bottom. A line through's really made for swimming off the bottom. And that's what I tell guys. If you want to drag on the bottom, use a lead head. If you want to fish off the bottom, use a line through. I personally like a swim bait about a foot or two off the bottom, and I get more bites like that. I think you're fishing for a lot more suspended fish. You can watch a video I did with Matt Robertson. He talks about the same thing. He thinks that a lot of times these fish are a foot, 2 foot off the bottom, and he wants a heavy weight that he can reel it fast and it can be down but not on the bottom. Awesome, Matt. I will do it. Can you take the line through out and reverse it and have the hook on the back of the bait? You could, but you would tear the bait all up, so I wouldn't do that. I think I'd rather have the hook on the bottom. That's just me. I don't think you need a Butch Brown rig, you know, paddle tail swim baits. Yes, line through is awesome over weed bed. So that's one. And now I'm really excited. This is the CCS1. Again, it dives 1 to 4 feet. It's a little bit bigger than the little Hermie, but you guys know that's my color. Oh yeah, you knew I had to get some table rock shad. So this is a sweet, sweet looking bait. I've been hunting one of these catching concepts in this color forever. And I happen to have a buddy that was at a trade show. He messaged me, grabbed me a couple, and I'm really excited about this guy right now. There are other companies that off-top rigging line through offer. Yeah, I'm not a fan of line through up top. That's just me, JD. You know, I have a lot better luck with that hook on the bottom with the treble. You know, I'm not a big Butch Brown rigging guy. I can't say it doesn't matter. I know those guys at Butch Brown rig a trout or really like it, like a Huddleston and stuff like that, and Butch's swim bait. Personally, I want my line through on the bottom, but that's also because of where I fish. So you got to experiment with different rigging options based on the environment and conditions you're given. Like I said, I'm not going to throw a lead head, you know, 1 ounce weight in the middle of a grass bed. So, what's your thoughts on Buka's Bullshad? It's one of the baddest swim baits ever made, and it has inspired so many join swim baits. What's up, Big Red Bass? Yes, I love that simple paint job, and I don't want to stay on swim baits too much, but I like that so much. I got me 2 of these right here. Jesse goes 1 to 4 feet. I'm actually writing an article about these baits on my website. I hope to have that done soon. Again, I've been really busy, but I got another color, and this thing is sick too. And this is the same thing, the CCS one. And it's kind of that spring cross spro color. Look at that guy right there. Look at that. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Would you look at that? I mean, just look at it. Would you look at that? Yeah. That is the CCS one. Again, my Carter Bill. Got that chartreuse, a little bit of brown. Kind of like a spring craw hot mustard. Man, this sucker, I'm ready for this. Now, this will be one I'll throw really early in the year. Awesome. I love catching jinx, don't you, Greg? Especially on Scottsboro swim baits. But so I've got me some more little square bills and stuff, and these things are kind of expensive. These are like 18 bucks a piece. So you know, you only live once, right? All right, hold on. I gotta. This guy is messaging me on Facebook. Says, "I want Facebook Live. How come I can't see you?" I told him I'm on YouTube, not Facebook Live. Let me respond to a guy I want to make sure everybody can take care of. All right, got that taken care of. We'll make sure anybody that's streaming or wants to see the stream can do. Hey guys, I appreciate the donation. Hey Chris, just to let you know, your stuff's right here. Haven't forgot about you. I've been super busy, but I am going by to drop your stuff tomorrow. All I ask, Chris, I need you to send me a picture when you get this beautiful mess of bass tackle. I threw some extras in for you because, to be honest, I got so many baits. I want to hook you up. So I'm going to do another giveaway. You'll see it on Instagram, and I'll post it here on the YouTube community. Billy Earl, I appreciate that. $10, guys. Y'all don't have to do that. I'm so blessed that I can come in here and talk tackle with you 2-3 times a week and drop some videos. And I hope you guys really like these. Yes, they are a little expensive, Gabriel. But sometimes you can find them on Facebook groups. Wood Bait Nation is a great place. If you guys love crankbaits, like homemade builders and stuff, get on Wood Bait Nation. And there's all kinds of stuff on there. My website is the-baitman.com. And I'll be updating that tomorrow. And I always link that in the description. And I'm going to put Frank's picture on there because he caught some janks on Kentucky Lake. Hey, Billy, God has been good to me, too. Today is my wife's birthday. And let's just be honest here. She could probably land any good-looking guy she wants to. But for some reason, she chose the Baitman. And, you know, she should feel lucky about that. Actually, I'm really lucky. My wife is... I definitely outkick my coverage. But, so... let's talk about a few more things real quick. Let's talk about this. Got this box in the mail. Secret bait. You can't see that yet. So I got this box in the mail, and this right here is the Bullseye by Angler Labs. And this is a small device. And you don't have to charge it. 2-year battery life. You got an adhesive clip you can stick anywhere. It's water resistant, and it connects to your Angler app on your phone. I believe it uses Bluetooth. But what's great about this is I'm going to hook it up on this new Angler lanyard. I believe it does not come with a subscription, Travis. You purchase this and download the app. I could be wrong. I'll double check that for you. Now the original Tracker and Angler, it did have a subscription to it, but I do not believe it is anymore. I will double check. I'm going to look it right up on the computer here. Fishing app, blah blah blah. Plan. The mobile app is free. No, it is not. There's no charge anymore. I could be wrong. But I'm going to be working with Angler. I'm going to write some articles for them, do some videos. I think the reason I like this is not everybody can afford high-end depth finders on their bass boats. Let's just be honest. I don't own a boat. And if I did own a boat, the last thing I don't want to do is go spend $3,000 or $4,000. But the great thing is, you can use this device, pair it with your iPhone, Android, and when you're out fishing, say you're in a kayak or a small boat or whatever, you can just click this button when you catch a fish, and it'll log your catch. You can double click it, and it marks your waypoint. So if I'm out there on Kentucky Lake and I'm fishing one of my favorite stumps, I catch a fish, boom, I can mark the stump with one click, double tap it, and I'll mark a waypoint. So it logs that catch and it marks the waypoint. So when you get done fishing, if you're bored late at night and the wife or kids are in bed, or maybe you just want to get on and play with your Angler app, you can go back there and you can log those fish catches. It basically is saving your data. Now the original Tracker device, dude, it would tell you reel speed. I mean, it was crazy how many casts you make compared to how many casts, how many bites you got. So much information, but it kind of overloaded you. This is real simple. Saves your fish catch, and you can mark your waypoint. Put it on your lanyard. It's really easy. Catch a fish, click, click. it's almost like a digital fish tracker. So let's put it that way. And then you can go back, you can add photos, you can add, and it takes into account that day when you log that fish catch, the temperature and all those settings. So you can go back and try to pattern some fish across the year. I'm really excited for this because I can go back and I can make my waypoints private, where I could share it with somebody here on the stream. I can say, hey, if you're coming to Kentucky Lake, I got some waypoints on my Angler app. Do you have it? I'm going to send you these, but they're going to be private. And then I can put public stuff. So you can share stuff in between users. I could share it to one person, and I can make it where they can't share it with nobody. So that's good. Yes, you can log your lure. You can post a photo on it. You can put your line, your rod and reel combos. It's really in depth, but using the Bullseye can make it really, really simple. I'm hoping to do some fishing up north this year. It'd be really awesome to use the Bullseye on those rock piles. Hopefully I can go hang out with Ben Nowak one day. And, you know, someone said, well, how will I use that if I'm a pond fisherman? Well, you can still log your catches. Wouldn't you want to know, like, the best days you had this spring, when you caught the most fish, when you were pond hopping? If you notice a pattern, like, well, on these days when it's partly cloudy, I caught 4 to 5 more fish a day. Well, Thursday, they're going to have partly cloudy skies. I need to go. I mean, it's pretty cool. Again, this is only 29 bucks. I mean, that's like $1 a day for a month. I mean, I have a bad habit. I dip. If you would just not dip for like a week, you can afford this. So really excited about that. I really like the guys at Angler. I know what they're doing. They're trying to build a fishing community based around sharing information and helping each other learn. I'm all about helping you guys. So I'm going to be tracking as many fish catches as I can this year, and you're going to see the real data from the Baitman, whether I use a Ned rig, a swim bait, and the kind of places I like to fish. And going to write some cool articles for Angler. They're not going to be sales pitches. Same kind of articles you'll see on my website, thebaitman.com. They did hook me up with some shirts, so appreciate the guys at Angler. Really excited to be a part of that program, so I hope a few of you guys will join me over there. And somebody asked about finesse swim bait video. I'm glad you asked that. I've got that keyed up with Brad Knight. He's going to do his, and then I'm going to start sitting down in the bait room and doing some more videos that aren't live streams where I teach you guys how to rig stuff. I'm really wanting to do a straight back to the basics stuff, because there's so many guys that join these live streams that ask me simple questions, and some guys think that's dumb. Guys go, man, you should know how to Texas rig. Well, not everybody that fishes knows a Texas rig. Not everybody that fishes knows a swim bait. Not everyone that fishes knows the difference between a flat side and a normal crankbait. And I want to educate guys, and the more guys that I can help out, I think the better this channel will grow and the more fish we're going to catch. Awesome, John. Yeah, you can add the Bullseye to it. I like it better than the tracker. I'll be honest, I wasn't a big fan of having the tracker on the rod. I would forget to push the little track thing. I like the Bullseye. Very simple. I mean, I wear a lanyard for my keys to my truck when I'm fishing, so I can just put the Bullseye on that. It'd be with me the whole time. You could put it in your pocket. It's just really, really convenient. I'm interested to see throughout the years, especially here on Kentucky Lake. It's a lot tougher than it used to be. You know, the areas I catch most of my fish on, the baits. Tony, hey, trust me, buddy, I have got that in the queue. I'm really glad my work schedule's slowing down. I'm going to get the same amount of hours, just less days to work. And I'm excited about bringing y'all some content. So basically, I'm going to sit down in the bait room on some off days, knock out 2 or 3 videos, edit them the next day. So we got flooded content. And I like writing. Maybe I'm not the best writer in the world, but I write like I type, or I type like I talk. How's that sound? I should use my fish finder sometimes. I usually get the resident ambushers. Man, I'll be honest with you, guys. One thing that separates a lot of high-end pros from the average guy is time behind a depth finder. It's unreal how good you can be if you know the ins and outs of those. All right, I'm gonna go answer a few questions. Charter boat captains out here on the coast are going to hate this thing. I'm sure there are going to be spot stealers out there, charters. Yeah, Charlie, that's the only negative thing. Maybe you're on a guide trip, is guys jacking your waypoints and stuff like that. But that's going to happen regardless. You know, if they're not in your boat taking your GPS, they're going to be half a mile away with binoculars. I mean, even before side scan and stuff like that, even on Kentucky Lake, we had what we called sight fishermen. They would sit out 200-300 yards with binoculars and then study where you're fishing. Terry, I think I talked to him. We're going to try to get Terry on here after Toho. I've got an article coming with him tomorrow. I don't want to write the same article everyone's writing. I am going to talk about the baits that he used, and I think everyone knows, but I'm going to go into some different detail to talk about some other stuff with Terry. Hog Farmer stand-up jigs are really good. That's a great suggestion. Best glass crankbait rod between $120 and $150. I'll be honest with you, if you want to spend an extra 19 bucks or whatever, this is one of my favorites. This is the Dial with the Tula Elite 7-foot cranking. This is the Takahiro Omori. Great square bill rod, great for those flat sides. Really, really good. I'll throw a 5XD on this too. I can get away with throwing a 5XD. Now, nothing any deeper than that. Would be a great Rapala DT10 rod. Really like this. That would probably be my best option, or the $99 Tatula XT. St. Croix Mojo glass rod is really, really good. Baitman, I'm looking for a half-ounce stand-up jig head. Any suggestions? 6 Cents Divine, which is 5/8, is really, really good. And for you guys just now joining in, use the code BAITMAN on 6 Cents website, and you now get 10% off. From now till whenever. That's good every day, any day. Y'all need some 6 Cents stuff? Log on their website, grab it, use that code BAITMAN, get 10% off. Bass Fishing Network Live. Check them out on Facebook. All right, man. Don't spam my comment section, bud. No, I'm just messing with you. You can say what you want to. I don't care. What's up, part-time fishing? What's up, James Quinn? How are you? What days are you going to show? Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Hey, this is a good question. And Jesse, let me see if I got a bad shad here. Maybe I don't. Somebody asked me a Berkeley bad shad or shad wrap. So if you haven't seen a bad shad, it's basically a hard bait version of a shad wrap. Shad wraps are a whole lot lighter. I would base that on the wind. I personally like a regular shad wrap. Now the bad shad has a little bit wider roll to it. You can cast it a little easier, and it has a rattle to it. If you're in a little dirtier water, I really like that bad shad. Jim Tutt hammered them on it at Rayburn, and I mean, you saw it on FLW Live. There was no hiding what he was throwing, and he caught them really, really good. So I don't have to sit here and tell you all about a bait and hype it up, because I don't do that. No BS here. But I like shad wraps. I'll throw mine on a spinning rod. That Berkeley bad shad's a little bit heavier. You can get by casting on baitcaster gear. Now I would get down to that medium to medium light range. That would really get it out there. Make sure you use some light line as well. Yes, they are, Richard, and I can't wait for the Baitman box. I think it's coming pretty soon. I done sent Casey all the stuff to put in it for the first month. So what we're going to do is you'll be able to choose a specialized Baitman box. As far as I know, and we may change this. You'll be able to select where you live and the type of lake you're on, and the colors that come with your baits will be tailored to where you live. So I've got enough knowledge and know enough people in a lot of parts of the country. So if you're ordering in Texas, your box colors are going to be different than the guy that orders, let's say, in North Carolina. And so that's how I'm doing it. Yes, Gabriel, it's called 6 Cents Super 6 box. John, no, I'm not on the 6 Cents pro staff. I'm not pro staff for anybody, but I am working with 6 Cents, and Casey's a great guy to work with. He said, listen, we'll make you this Baitman box. Everybody's been asking for it, and I'm a believer in their baits. I got a ton of them hanging in my wall. They've been in my tackle boxes for the last couple of years, and they're not paying me nothing. And I say, hey man, I love your baits. I talk about them all the time. I've caught a lot of fish on them, and this is what I want to do. Have a lot of people asking. In case he jumped on board, and he said, dude, absolutely. How will my box differ from the current tailored box? So I'm going to tailor each box for the conditions of the year. So if you buy the Baitman box, the first one will be a spring box. We're not going to have 20-foot diving crankbaits in there, okay? You're going to have more stuff that's, you know, quakes, provokes, smaller crankbaits, stuff like that. And then if we're going to do, you know, a post-spawn box, that's when you'll get your deep crankbaits, your jigs, stuff like that. We're going to tailor it to the season of the year. Going to get a good variety, maybe throwing in a special new bait that's coming out. A lot of big things happening at 6 Cents, especially the new frog that's coming. I hope to get some prototypes really soon. The tailored boxes are awesome. So this is going to be my specialized Baitman box for all you guys. All right. Yes, I do know Ben Milliken, good dude. I like Ben. If 6 Cents had an opening, I would definitely go to work for them. I don't know what they have open there, but and this isn't bad to say. I'm just gonna be honest. It would take a lot for me to move where I'm at. I'm really happy in Western Kentucky, but money talks. But I'm going to work with them no matter what. Again, they treat me good. I'm going to treat them good. And dude, their baits catch fish. Bottom line is their baits catch fish. And I wouldn't already have them in my tackle box. I wouldn't spend my own money buying this stuff if they didn't work. So anything that's hanging behind me or on top of me in these boxes, for the most part, it works. Now, there's some hit or miss stuff out there. And I'm not saying everything 6 Cents makes perfect, because there's some stuff I don't buy, I've never used. Don't say it don't work. It's not my cup of tea. Same thing with any company. And that's what I tell guys. That's why I don't want to be sponsored. I buy what I want to buy. So if I don't like it, I can say I don't like it. If I love it, I can tell you I love it. So, all right, I'll answer a few more questions. How do you store your big swim bait, such as a bull shed 4x4 on my boat? What type of box are bad? Well, I don't have a boat. So right now, I just hang them up on my wall. But I was going to modify one of these Bass Mafia 3700 boxes and pad it with foam and store them in there. I like that they're super, super durable. The normal 3700 is just a little thin, but I would go up to the double deep. I just like it being really hard and protected. I've also looked at some Pelican stuff. And man, they're expensive. John, I am in Kentucky, bud. Yeah, 6 Cents has grown so big, and I think a lot of that has to do with their customer service. They're always adding new stuff, and they're trying to evolve. Hey, no problem, Mike. Not a big deal at all, buddy. I stopped the broadcast to make sure I could get you in here. Man, Kentucky Lake used to be awesome. Unfortunately, it has got, you know, the Asian carps really made a huge effect here negatively. I hate to say that. So, what's up, Pat? Yeah, I'll show you some curve 55s real quick. Reach behind me here. I'll show you my favorite colors in the curve. So this is probably one of my favorites right here. This is Muddy Water Crawl. Again, this is very close to that green tomato color everybody likes. Again, it's got that wigglewort style body, a little bit narrower bill, dives around 8 to 10 feet. And I will tell you, actually it goes about 6 to 10. And now if you'll lighten your line up, you can get it deeper. Little trick, use monofilament. Not for depth, but if you're fishing over the top of grass and you don't want to dive into grass, go up on some mono and you can get the bait to dive a little bit shallower. The curve is designed, when it comes through, it's got a tight wobble, but it will kind of slowly S along. Alright, what size treble hooks are the best for those 5-inch Scottsboro swim baits you shown earlier? Number ones, Chris, number ones. I do need a moderator. What's up, Tom? Vols look good, baby. Vols look good. I'm going to go through. Did they start a new commercial harvesting operation for the carp? Yes, they did. Yes, they did. I do not think commercial harvesting is the solution for the carp at Kentucky Lake, because here's what happened. Is there any way I can see that deep cranking rod you said you liked? Possibly. No, John, I'm in Benton. I'm in Benton. Depends on, I've got so many deep cranking rods, you'll have to be a little bit more specific. But the one I was talking about earlier is really for just a glass cranking rod overall. Outcast jigs, I've used them, I kind of like them. I like the football jig. Swim jig's really good as well. Here's another color I like in the curve. This is gravel crawl, which is very kind of got that, really that chartreuse brownish belly, a little bit more translucent, stuff like that. But I really, really like that. I have never fished West Virginia. What's up, John Hensley? Crap, I'm like your neighbor. Yeah, I guess. How's the black magic color? Hopefully good. I haven't thrown it yet, but it looks awesome. Somebody asked me a question, I've got so sidetracked. But, you know, if y'all are interested in these, again, I'm not going to repeat it anymore. 6centsfishing.com. I'll use the code BAITMAN, 10% off. I'll leave links in the description of the video. I've got about 15 minutes here before I have to get off here. Do I listen to Alabama? Yeah, the band, not the football team. They're working a system to put a signal to keep them coming through the dam. Yeah, they are. I'll be interested to see how that works, because I'll just let you guys know I've bow fished for these things for a long time. The first couple years, these carp, we're bow fishing for them. They said you can't run a generator because it'll scare them, and they're so sensitive to light and sound. Now you can run a generator at night on the river, and it doesn't even make the carp flinch. So I think after a year or two, they'll get used to that sound, and they're just going to swim right through it. Starting a commercial harvest for carp, they're trying to create a market. Well, here's the problem. If you create a market, there's obviously there'll be a demand. Well, if these people start buying fish and there's a demand for it, eventually they're going to say, well, don't fish them all out because we still want to buy them. And that's what I'm worried about. I actually will say there's so many of them in there. Commercial fishing ain't going to put a dent in it. I hate to argue with the Kentucky Fish and Wildlife because they get paid big money, but I've seen this thing grow in 10 years. It's unbelievable. And if commercial fishing could put a dent in it, they would have already done it. They pay them like 17 cents a pound and all that stuff. It's terrible. Thanks, Bill. I appreciate that. Thanks for joining in again. That's true. I should do an Asian carp catch and cook. I got a buddy I work with. We're going to do a lot of bow fishing. Hopefully he'll be up on the YouTube. He's a good dude. Hey, Richard, tell your daughter happy birthday. Thanks again for joining in. I haven't used jaw jack or crankbaits. I'm looking forward to see it. Oh, the Stix reaction rod. Yeah, it's not with me in here. It's actually in my other shed that I keep a lot of my rods and reels in. This room's really not that big, so I got to be able to move around. But I'll take a photo, Mike. I'll put it up on Instagram. You'll see that reaction Stix pretty soon. What size weighted swim bait hook? I actually use a 6/0 Owner Beast. Is really good on the 5-inch, and you can actually use an 8/0 as well. I could rig one up, I guess, to show you. So what else was I going to talk? So yeah, so here's the winning baits. I want to tell y'all something cool about this. So this is the DT14 that Terry Bolton used to win the FLW tournament. His other bait was a DT16 in Caribbean Shad. So obviously there's not a whole lot of difference between this bait, the 14 and the 16. Now, he definitely threw this color. So Terry let me know one part of using this is the water was a little dingy, but a trick he was doing, and I haven't seen a lot of this talked to, and something I'm going to hint in my new article. I don't want to give it away, but he changed the line on one of those baits so it would tick the grass in 12 foot of water, but he wanted that bigger profile. And that's something these guys that fish at that tour level do. Those little tricks of the trade to get more bites. All right, I'll answer a few more questions. Suggest me a good 6-cent lure for the river, and I'll pick it up and try it, please. For the river, I would look at that new Cloud 9 6-foot diver, kind of a little bit bigger than a Bandit. That would be a good river bait. And this springtime, that curve would be really, really good. Or just their square bill is awesome. The 50X, grab one of those. Let's see, thousands of carp. Yeah. What water temperature do you start to throw the curve 55? Is it a cold water or more warmer? It's really good cold water crankbait, but you can fish it up to really warm water. There's guys that fish it all summer long. I really like it starting about 50, 51 degrees. And even colder. If you could throw a wiggle wart, you could throw the curve. And I'll actually throw it on like a 6-to-1 reel when it's cold, so I don't burn it too bad. But when it's warm, you can burn that bait and you can catch them. Just like it's kind of like a cross between a wiggle wart and a Bandit 300. Really good bait. Is the angler Bullseye about $20 to $40? Yes, it is, Big Red Bass. What if the state of Kentucky put a bounty on the Asian carp similar to what Louisiana did for nutria rats? I wish they would. They kind of have. They've gave it like a commercial fishing incentive, an extra 15 cents a pound. So they said, but I don't think a lot of guys are getting paid that. Rob Kennedy, what's up, buddy? What's a good glide bait to try and not have to take out a second mortgage? Is the River to Sea S Waver a good one? Yes, River to Sea S Waver is really good. Probably one of the best for the money, if not the best. Great one to try out. 6-inch flow glider is pretty good. But I really like the S Waver. Really good starter one. I'm trying to think. I'll find some stuff on TW. I'll send you a link on Facebook, bud. Let's see. What's up with the 6-cent C6? So the C6 is a smaller version of that Cloud 9, Cloud 10, Cloud 25 series crankbaits. They just scaled it down to give guys that Cloud look, the Cloud crankbait look, and something that only dives about 6 to 8 foot. That's a great crankbait range. That's a, very common. Not everybody fishes ledges and stuff like that. There's a lot of guys, there's lakes, the deepest part they are is 12 foot. I love the wiggle wart too. Yes, it has affected all fishing on Kentucky Lake, Rich. Uh-oh. I got a visitor. Got a visitor.
She hears you talking.
Oh, look what we got here. Who's that? Can you say hi? This is my daughter Neely. She's joining YouTube Live right now. What's your favorite bait? What's your favorite bait, huh? You like swim baits? Yeah? Yeah? You like those crankbaits? Everybody say, hello, bait princess. Look, that's you. You see you? She wanted to come see her daddy before he goes to work. I've never thrown the 6-inch eye glide. Are you talking about the not the flow glider? Hmm? Oh yeah, look at those baits. That's right, Frank. All right, you gotta go back to mommy. I'll come see you in a minute. Oh, that was a good visit. All right, guys, I gotta wrap this thing up. I'm gonna have to go to work. I'm gonna go hang out with my wife for her birthday real quick, and the kids. Thanks for joining in. You guys comment, pick a topic y'all want to see for next week. I'm going to try to do a little live streaming deal at the East Tennessee Fishing Show. Hopefully get Alex Rudd and on here as well, and we'll do a little fishing show live stream. And going to get some cool content to bring back. Again, check out the website tomorrow. I'm going to use the YouTube community tab a lot, so make sure you set notifications on for the channel. We'll get done. Yeah, John, that's right. Pound out some pellets. I like the way you think. Holler at me. We'll try to go fishing this spring, buddy. So, guys, thanks again for joining in. Follow me on social media. I'm going to give some stuff away. We're going to have a great spring here on the Baitman channel. You guys have a